so dumb right now.
It looks like good advice on, at a glance. It seems like she's trying to help young people be able to buy a house sooner.
You look so dumb right now.
Yeah.
Because
you saved up.
Because you have saved up and put your money into an investment that you want to work.
Our parents, they taught us to save money.
Yeah, 100%. Should I save money? He said the same thing. No, absolutely not.
What? What?
I don't know, man.
He's saying not to save? Mm-hmm. Just for what reason?
Saying it's for the banks.
Yeah, but it's yours. You're earning interest if you invest it. I'm so confused why this would be considered good advice.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I've read some of Grant's books, and I've actually been pretty entertained by it. But he is the exception, not the rule. Just because he has gotten to where he's at, where he's like a self-proclaimed billionaire by not saving or not doing a 401k or not doing any of these things, doesn't mean that's what's going to happen to everybody else. So I think his advice is really dangerous to the general public. He's obviously a really smart guy who's sold millions of books and has this amazing conference. I mean, kudos to him for what he's built. But I think as far as reaching out to the general public and telling people not to save, I just don't agree with this whole don't save.
Hey, excuse me, man. Your car's awesome. What do you do for a living?
I'm into virtual real estate.
Virtual real estate?
Yeah, I sell
what do you
NFTs.
Mean? NFTs?
Yeah.
What do you mean by like virtual though?
Like you see mansions in the metaverse.
You want to talk about a high risk investment? Buying a $500,000 NFT from a kid in the McLaren.
I don't understand. So this kid in the McLaren, like
if he pulled up to you on the street and he said, "Hey, Clint, I got the best investment for you you've ever seen. $500,000. You can't see it, you can't touch it."
I don't understand. So is he like a metaverse realtor? What's the deal here?
Is he a metaverse realtor?
But how is he or is he buying the property and then flipping it? Like what's the McLaren kid doing here? I don't understand what's going on. Like am I just that stupid? Like I don't get it. Am I the moron here?
I think. Oh my God.
Damn, little mama. You think it's hell, know what I'm saying?
It's great because I know the feeling. I know that feeling when we see this garbage, but we know there's a ton of money to be made.
What? When you make money, split in half.
It's awesome seeing him say that because it's identifiable. Obviously, he's probably the most popular comedian on the planet.
Right. He's so well spoken and explains it so well. The truth is, this is something that you and I both do, and it's just really inspiring to see someone at his level preach about this.
People like to put a lot of comments about how evil landlords are. What are the things that landlords provide?
I buy a crappy house, I fix it up, everyone else benefits from it along with me.
I don't understand how someone like this has to make this video. He shouldn't have to defend himself.
You have been.
I have been defending myself. But he's right. This is a mutually beneficial relationship that you can build with your tenants. If you do good work on good houses and then you act in a compassionate manner as a landlord, everyone wins. There's no one's angry except for people sitting in their mom's basement commenting online of how awful everyone is.
Yeah, there are a lot of crybabies in this world that need to get over themselves and get up off their butts and do something with their lives. It's pathetic.
Let's say you put down 15 to 20% deposit down on the house, which is usually the sweet spot, and invest the rest of the money into an index fund like the S&P 500, which usually returns around 10% a year. You make a lot more money than the savings you make if you pay a bigger deposit. Follow to learn more.
I couldn't disagree with this idiot more. It makes me so mad.
But this was not financial advice. He had a little asterisk on there.
It's such bad advice.
It's so stupid.
People think that having equity in real estate is a bad thing because it could be working for you. No, you have to be conservative. It's a mindset. I talk about it out here all the time. If you have that mindset of let me have a longer term and a higher interest rate so I can put more cash cash in my pocket so I can do something else with it. It is loose thinking that will lead to really, really bad financial complications later.
I work at a metaverse Subway. Every weekday after school, I get online and am here for 7 to 8 hours.
Gosh, I hate this. Like a metaverse Subway. Mm-hmm. So let me help me out here. Subway is a restaurant chain that sells sandwiches.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Right. So there's now a Subway in the metaverse that's a virtual place. So you're getting you're eating a virtual sandwich.
Right. What don't you understand about that?
Know your timing. Real estate is cyclical, and I've made all my money buying properties when they're distressed, they're in a down cycle.
A lot of good points in here.
Yeah, but I think there's like auditioning for like the most interesting man in the world beer commercials, the Dos Equis commercials. I agree with what he's saying. Right. Everything he said was right. I absolutely detest the whole look at me mentality of look at these fancy cars.
Right.
Look at my Gucci loafers or whatever the heck he's wearing, and all this.
When the bubble bursts, I think that not only will this be one of the biggest bubbles of the century, I also believe that it'll be one of the worst bubble poppings. If people aren't properly positioned, it's going to be devastating.
Oh, I'm in love. I mean, I'm in love. He's right. He's 100% right. And you can still be a successful real estate investor, even knowing that this kind of thing is not only possible, but likely. Mm-hmm. You can still make a killing in real estate if you are conservative. The people who are going to get slaughtered are the people who are leveraged to the hilt. These morons out there who are just preaching refi and pull your equity out and use your 401k, and you're stupid if you have any equity in your property and you're not using it.
I am much more a student of real estate advice being given on social media.
Oh, is he terrible?
This is my guy that I attach my flag to as far as who I just disagree with on so many levels that it's mind-blowing. He's talking about over-leveraged. He is the king of over-leveraged.
So how is he doing?
I don't know. It's the complete opposite. He's
talking out of both sides of his neck.
He's kind of like, did you ever have a friend that, and it's probably you, but did you ever have a friend that
I feel insulted already.
Like if there was like a party that got busted when you were in college, that someone was the spokesperson?
Yes.
This is, he was the spokesperson at his fraternity whenever the dean came over and raided the party.
I gotcha. So he's smooth. He can get out of it.
He's very polished. The guy's got talent. He gives some really, 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 really dangerous advice. Very flashy. Talking about how he's got a six-wheel car, and he flies around on private jets, and he's in physique competitions, and bro.
That's this guy,
bro. Yeah,
I've heard people talking about how moronic he is.
Explain why a 15-year mortgage is a bad investment?
Yeah, because that's exactly what the banks want you to do. You get a $300,000 mortgage for 15 years. You're going to pay roughly $2,000 per month. In this scenario, your money is now working for the bank. They're going to dangle a little carrot over your head saying you're going to get a lower interest rate, and you're going to save up to $83,000 of total interest. However, what they failed to tell you is if you would have got a 30-year mortgage, your payment would have been around $1,250. Now you have $750 of cash flow, and now that money can be working for you.
I hate this, man. I hate this stuff.
Sick.
I mean,
it makes me
sick. My biggest
sick.
problem is this guy is good in front of a camera, number one.
Right.
He's very, he's engaging, younger, good-looking guy, saying these things that are just simply so ridiculous. How are the banks manipulating you whenever they're in the business of lending money.
And he apparently didn't subtract out the interest on the extra 15 years. So let's say you're paying an extra 5% on your money for those extra 15 years. You have to make at least 7% conservatively to make any money on that because you're paying 5% on the money that you're using in your mortgage. The math is wrong. It doesn't make sense.
No, it's not. My math is right.